welcome back to episode 27 of my F1 2016 Force India career mode, guys. If you have missed out any videos so far, I will leave links to the full playlist down below. If you guys are also interested in watching any of my other series that we've got going on at the moment, I'd highly recommend just subscribing to the channel and just having a little look around, see if there's anything else that takes your fancy. Let's just move then straight on into free practice here. Actually, we're going to go on our track acclimatization lap here. As I keep saying in this career mode, guys, I really just feel how important the track acclimatization lap is for myself. It really just sets the tone for the weekend. And this was just our first attempt, and we instantly go purple there at the Monaco Grand Prix. Obviously, a very, very historic track as well. Probably my least favourite track on the calendar, either this or Singapore, in all honesty. You know, but I can really accept why a lot of people really do like this circuit as well. It's so satisfying when you do manage to string a lap together. But moving on then to our qualifying sim lap, as you can see, just kissing the wall as we went through to back there. Don't know whether you guys noticed that, but coming towards the final couple of corners, we've got a little bit of traffic just ahead of us here. But hopefully, you know, coming through Anthony Node, Hamilton, and I think it's Danny Kvyat there, can supply us with a little bit of slipstream. But we are going to be able to get through and get our qualifying practice lap in as well. And we also go purple there with our first attempt as well. So that was very, very strong for myself there, bagging 100 extra R&D points as well as a few others, obviously just from getting achievements and things throughout the session. Let's just have a look then at how many R&D points I do have. We're going to bag well over 100 points here, taking us up to 879. Let's just have a little look. What's her name again? I can't even remember her name now. What she wants us to achieve this weekend. And let's just have a look at the qualifying goals there. We need to beat our teammate and beat our rival. Nothing too abnormal there. You can see obviously there are just very typical things to be done there. Let's have a look then if there's any upgrades to buy for the car. I really did decide that I would go with the downforce on the front wing there. So hopefully, you know, if we can get that during qualifying or maybe even during the race, we should be looking strong. But moving on then, as I was talking about qualifying there, to Q1, straight onto the ultra soft tyres here. The first time we get to test the ultra soft tyres, obviously this season. But Kevin Magnussen just ahead of us there, but we go purple in qualifying one there. It wasn't a particularly special lap. I was sandbagging a little bit there, I won't lie. I know I've got a lot more pace to give. And at the end of the session there, we were in P4. Just the ultra softs were everywhere to be seen. Sebastian Vettel doing a very, very quick lap though on the set super softs there. So he could become a problem for us. But just having a look at the bottom of the grid, as we can see, Pascal Wehrlein makes it through into Q2, which was very, very crucial for them. Knocking out big names such as, well, not big names, but Esteban Gutierrez. And both the Renaults are really struggling to put upgrades on their car this season, and hopefully, you know, we don't see them slip away. But still, now moving on to Q2, we're actually going to start a lot earlier in this lap, just because I really like just having a look on board of the car. But we actually decided to go out in Q2 on a set super soft, see if we can get to Q3 on the set super softs, because obviously, although tyre wear isn't the most important thing around Monaco, it would still be nice, you know, we've got that little bit of thing, as I think it was Daniel Ricciardo said at Singapore, it'll leave the other guys thinking about us. And that's really what you want to do, try and get into the minds of the other drivers on the grid. But as you can see, coming through the final sector, as you can see, again, a little bit of a wobble as we go through the swimming pool. A little bit of wobble as we go through the second to last, well, this final chicane there. Coming through Raskas and Anthony Node now, just kissing the wall on the exit of Raskas there, and just getting absolutely nowhere near the apex for Anthony Node. And coming up towards the line, what time are we going to be able to achieve? It's going to be a 1 minute, a really high 1 minute 15 there. And I just knew as soon as I set that, that wouldn't be a lap strong enough to get us into Q3, so we had to go back out on a set of the ultra soft tyres. The super softs for myself just didn't have any pace here today. And coming towards the line, what time are we going to do? We're going to go into P5 there with a 1 minute 14, a very, very solid lap for myself. Once again, sandbagging a little bit, I won't lie. But as you can see, coming to the end of Q2 there, we qualify in P5 with Sebastian Vettel, the quickest car on the grid there. But unfortunately, my teammate Sergio Perez doesn't make it through to Q3. Pascal Wehrlein managed to get P15 there, so a very, very strong result from himself. But unfortunately, yeah, as I said, guys, we couldn't make it into Q3, unfortunately. But still, now moving on. Sorry, Sergio couldn't get into Q3. We made it into Q3 very, very comfortably. But it was a bit of a shame, you know, not to see my teammate get through as well. As you can see, now coming on to Q3, they're getting a huge wobble as we go into the swimming pool section. Luckily, we managed to straighten out the car as we go through the final chicane here. Coming into Raskas, though, we can actually get the back end slowed down very, very nicely there. Get the front end dug in. And coming through the final corner, get very, very close to the apex there as well through Anthony Node. But as we go the short blast to the line, what time are we going to do? We go sub 1 minute 14 or 1 minute 13.8 there. And as soon as I set that lap, I knew it was a strong one. I thought if anyone is able to take pole from me there, they are just so quick. But as you can see, at the end of the session, as you can see, with a couple of minutes left to go, just fast forwarding through, we are still quickest of the time sheets there. We can see we've set purple sector 1 and 2, obviously sector 3 with that huge wobble, we just weren't able to do it. But we've taken pole for the Monaco Grand Prix, move up a row ahead of where we started last year, if you do guys remember. We had an absolutely incredible start there. But pole position for the Monaco Grand Prix ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, and Sebastian Vettel even. And just having a look now through the R&D, how many R&D points are we going to get? Are we going to be able to break the 1,000-point barrier? I don't know whether that's worth the upgrade or not. And no, we're not. We're stuck on 999 R&D points there. Fortunately for us, though, that wasn't too important. As we can see, the team now love us as well. But let's just have a look then at the race goals. What do the team want us to achieve? It'll just be beat our teammate, finish at a certain position, and beat our rival Lewis Hamilton. And the driver's standings 12th or higher. I don't think, we're ever going to struggle to be achieving that in Season 2. With just how quick we're making this Force India be. And talking about how quick this Force India is, we're going to be able to make it even quicker, ready for the next round of the season. We're going to upgrade the front wing cascades here, just giving it a little bit less drag there. And that is going to mean we're right up once again with the top 4 teams. It seems the top 5, including Williams, are just so close. It really wouldn't surprise me if any of those drivers won a Grand Prix this season. So, it's looking really strong at the top 5, but it's really starting to look like teams below can't really make a break into the top 5. But here we are then at the Monaco Grand Prix. I'm going to leave the commentators to give you a rundown of the grid positions, and I'll see you guys at the grid.
Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today, though, ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. I won't be commentating alone today, of course. No, I have the... We're almost ready to go then. This is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. It's Force India in pole position then, with Daniel Ricciardo slotting in alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel, and Rosberg, Bottas, Raikkonen, Alonso, and Felipe Massa, Perez, Grosjean,
So here we are then, guys, on the grid for the Monaco Grand Prix. We've definitely got the best seat in the house for the race today. Hopefully we can take the win here today, but obviously, Monaco isn't my strongest track. And straight away I've noticed there that Daniel Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton have both opted to go on a set of super soft tyres. They obviously managed to make it into Q3 on the super softs, and that kind of gave me a little bit less confidence than I'd like to think I had. Let's skip the formation lap then. Let's move on then into the Monaco Grand Prix. The start here will be crucial. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, building up the revs. And away we go for the Monaco Grand Prix there. Get a little bit of a delayed reaction there, but we see Lewis Hamilton from P3 there, just in our rearview mirror, getting a lightning start over to P2 there. So P3 through both seasons here has been a very good place to start. But we've managed to hold the lead rather critically into turn 2 here, as you can see, at the top of the hill. But we've managed to hold the lead in the Monaco Grand Prix, and that is absolutely crucial for the rest of the racers. You see, moving on to the end of lap 2 here, just coming on to the front straight, as you can see, we go purple, but Lewis Hamilton really piling on the pressure there with his own purple lap. Moving on to the start of lap 3, we see a lot of drivers will be setting purple laps. But coming through then up the hill once again, Sergio Perez goes quick as I've just noticed as well. We're going to leave you with a little bit of on board here, as you can see, just coming through sector 1. Making sure, we get as close to the walls as we possibly can, but not trying to push the car too much here. Avoid the bump as we come down towards the infamous hairpin at the Monaco circuit. Obviously, the slowest corner on the F1 calendar. The teams actually have to use a different front steering lock angle so they can actually make it through the corner there. But see, now skipping on to lap 4, Lewis Hamilton refusing to leave our rear end there. Bit weird to word it, but still. Hamilton here, as you can see, we've just clipped the wall there as we go through the chicane. Hamilton's actually going to be able to get a very good run, and he's going to try and throw it up the inside into the back. And we've come together there. It was kind of obvious as soon as we went side by side. But we have come together, and we are out of the Monaco Grand Prix. That I cannot believe it's happened so quickly after such a good result last season. And let's just have a look then from the TV cameras. What's actually gone on here? As you can see, Hamilton just throws it up the inside, and there 2 cars just do not go into one. I'm really, in hindsight, it's a wonderful thing, but I really wish, we'd backed out there, as the AI just you never want to go side by side with anyone through to back. Not really sure why Hamilton went for the move, obviously. It's a bit of an optimistic one. I won't lie, if that was me, I personally only ever try and throw it at the inside, if you could get fully past the car ahead of you as we go through to back. But as you can see here, just skimming the ball there, and that really cost our run there. Hamilton then just moves at the inside. As you can see, he barely gets his rear wheels in line, sorry, his front wheels in line with my front wheels until we break into the corner, and we just don't give him enough room there. Thinking, you know, he'd back out the corner there. As you can see, just both the front wheels get absolutely ripped off there. A huge shame for myself. Hamilton actually gets through there fairly unscathed throughout line. Not really a massive amount of damage to his car. And luckily for him as well, there's been a traffic jam behind us. But I just cannot believe we're out of the Monaco Grand Prix, guys. You know, it's happened before in F1 2015. But this is the first time we're going to have to retire from the Monaco Grand Prix on F1 2016. I was really hoping, you know, we could make it through this game, you know, without having to retire from the Monaco Grand Prix too often. But there we are then, guys. That is us done for in the Monaco Grand Prix. If you guys have enjoyed this shortened video, however, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to leave you now with the points. I don't even want to look to see how many points Nico Rosberg has extended over ourselves. Sebastian Vettel wins the Grand Prix. But as I said, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're out here around here. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Can't understand. I love the air you bring, everything. Under the sun, a fire is burning. You tell me to hold on tight. I wish that we could stay here forever. I wanna remember. Oh, the sight of you brings the fight in me, makes me wanna move. Fingers down your spine, looking in my eyes. Feel your hands on mine. Tonight we're freer than ever. I wanna remember. Oh, we run every endeavor. I wanna remember. Step on the land, I've got your hand, and now we're way down, fade out. No, was it your plan? Can't understand.